Hey guys, if you're like me and you are trying to save on your housing cost so you can purchase your first home in 2024, then you may feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place because rents are still high, housing costs are still high. I mean, interest rates are astronomical through the roof, an all-time high, and the prices of everything is increasing. So, what are you going to do? How are you going to cut back on those costs? Well, keep watching because I am going to share some ways that you can save on your housing cost so that you can buy your first home or go on that vacation or whatever it is you want to do with those extra funds that you are going to save. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and if you are returning, welcome back. It is so great to have you. And if you are new here, I'm Vicky G, and on this channel I share my experiences trying to live a victorious life. And as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be sharing ways to save on your housing costs because it's recommended that housing be 30% or less than your gross income. But according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, most Americans are paying more than that on their housing. And the less you make, the more of a percentage you are using from your gross income towards housing. So, the suggestions that I'm going to be giving today are ways to reverse that, help you out so that if you're like me, you can save up some money for that first home, or you can save that money for a vacation, or you can save up that money for whatever it is your heart's desire. But you will be able to save up that money and hopefully get your housing costs down below 30% or even more, or even cut it out completely. Now, the first method that we're going to look into is for renters or those who are looking to rent or willing to rent, and it's through a faith based organization called apartmentlife.org. And they have a beautiful vision and mission of trying to connect people who are in apartment complexes because they believe that families, individuals, those in apartment complexes are wanting connection, which I personally agree with. Now, if your beliefs align with the organizations and you qualify for the criteria that they use to select participants, they will cover your housing cost or significantly reduce it. So, what are the criteria that they have? Well, one, you need to be a couple. So, whether you're a married couple or your roommates, it needs to be a couple. And then, what is it that you have to do? Well, you need to put in social activities, whether it's meet and greets, ice cream social, an outing of some sort. And they detail that all out on their website. So, definitely go check them out. And so there is an application process. And also, the apartment that you're looking to have them cover the rent for or significantly reduce the rent for needs to partner with them. And so you can check and see if the apartment that you're currently in partners with them or if they're willing to partner with them. So, but they are a fantastic organization. I've had friends who have participated and had their rents completely covered by apartmentlife.org. I myself had a roommate, me and my roommate at one point were trying to work with them and partner with them as well. However, our schedules just didn't allow for the demands of putting on socials. But if you're a couple and you meet all their criteria, they will cover your rent or significantly reduce it. So definitely highly recommend go check them out apartmentlife.org. Another method that you can use to reduce your housing cost is to rent out your current place and then move in with family or friends or into a lower cost place. So I had a friend, she had purchased a place out in the suburbs, and when she got out there, she realized this is way too far from the city and the things I like to do. And the market price that she was able to get for renting out her home was able to cover the price of her mortgage for the house as well as her housing costs in the city where she wanted to be. So if you are able to get a good market value for renting out your place, definitely look into it and see if it would be worth the cost for you to move out in with family, in with friends, into a lower cost place so that you can use that money that you're getting for rent to cover those expenses. Now, this may seem like it's something for homeowners, but if you are a renter, you could sublet your place or sublease your place and move in with family and friends if you have that available to you, because I was able to do that in the summers when I was in college. I would sublease my apartment and then I'd go home for the summer. Now, it wasn't in the same city and I wasn't trying to reduce costs at the time. I was trying to hold on to my place. However, subleasing is definitely a viable option, but it does depend on your apartment complex. So like I said, if this is a resource that's available to you, definitely look into it, because it could either totally wipe out your housing costs or significantly reduce it. And the last method I'm going to share today is one we all know and love, and that is get a roommate. So, getting a roommate is so cost effective. It's the way that I've right now have been using to cut my housing costs so that I can live on half of my take home pay, which is crazy to me. And I go more into that in this video. So definitely go check that one out after you check out this one. But yes, getting a roommate. And there are so many countless ways to find good roommates. I found my roommate through church. So I've been very fortunate to know her. We share the same values and it's been easy breezy. So other ways that you can get roommates are my friend. She uses furnishedfinders.com. And Furnished Finders is geared towards mainly nurses. I know that she's had nurses, but I believe it's nurses predominantly. But there might be other professionals. But definitely go check them out. For her experience has been wonderful through Furnished Finders. And she's kept her spare room booked. And luckily for her, she lives in a fabulous location near downtown, near all the attractions, near the med center, of course, which makes sense that she's, a very popular location for nurses. So yeah, so furnishedfinders.com. And another way, and I have another friend who has a roommate through, I believe it's, yes, Spare Room, but there's so many other websites, roomates.com. They abound, but the key is making sure there's somebody you would want clearly to share space with and that you trust. Background checks, do a background check, cannot stress that enough. So definitely getting a roommate, hands down, it is the key for me to have reduced my housing costs. So hopefully these methods can help some of you out there. If there are ways that you're using that have been very effective for you to reduce your housing costs, please put them in the comments down below to help the community, help other people out, and let's live victoriously. All right, well, that's it. That's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become part of the community. Check in with me again next week for another video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.